Join me for another few days in my life as a medical student as I catch up with friends, eat good food, exercise hard, start the process of buying a flat, all whilst trying to balance and work my way through Case 8. If you are new here, hi, my name's Matt. I'm a first year medical student at the University of Manchester. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that red button just there for weekly uploads. And also follow my Instagram, which is right there. But let me take you back to Monday, where this video began. Good morning. It is the start of another super long week at med school. I just got back from my PBL case open, which was pretty slow. I was pretty tired this morning, waking up at 8:30 a.m. I did not miss that over the Easter period. But look who's joined us. Raul, he's back from America. Guess who I've bumped into? This guy that I didn't even know attended the university anymore because I've not heard from you in how long?
I messaged you this morning, to be fair.
I mean, you messaged me this morning after being absent for 4 weeks.
Well, 3 of them were a holiday.
Disappointing, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Disappointing. But he's back, and I'm gonna grill him. So we're gonna get a coffee.
It's so nice to do something back with consideration.
It's kind of like, again, So I am literally just showing Rahul the timetable that I've made for revision over this next couple of weeks because we have exams in how many weeks?
4 weeks exactly today, actually.
We have 4 weeks. Definitely makes us feel way more stressed than I was feeling 30 seconds ago before we actually brought that up. But I have made a timetable that we're just looking at right now that kind of covers all the cases, giving me just a bit of time to go through everything before the exam.
Fear of failure, you know.
It's that fear of failure. We were just talking about it, that is actually the biggest thing to make you motivated. It's actually focusing on the fear of failure and what the alternative actually looks like if you don't go ahead and put in that graft.
Do you see that guy trying to put the thing up and the wind keeps blowing it away? That's entertaining content.
Okay, well obviously what I'm saying isn't
No, I'm
entertaining
listening to you,
content.
I'm listening
No,
to
it's
you.
fine. Obviously you
You
were
know what I
listening
mean?
because it's just not
Bro.
that
Okay,
interesting.
now he's gone.
Yeah, I've lost my chain of thought. We like focusing on the fear of failure and what that actually looks like because that's more of a motivator because just thinking about that failure right now is making me panic. I need to get on with some work and so do you. Fun as it's been having coffees and spending 2 hours of our morning. Cool man, see you soon. Bye. So it's 12 o'clock, it's midday and I've done no work. But I have spent last hour or so just catching up with Rahul, which was, it was necessary. I've not spoken to him in a few weeks and, it was just important to talk to each other about, the difficulties that we're each having on the course, the challenges that we're facing, because I feel like by finding someone else on the course to talk to about these things, it can definitely help bring perspective into your situation and a good source of sound advice by speaking to, a colleague on the course. But, with it being the start of the week, I again have so much on my plate, so much to think about. As we just said, our exams start in 4 weeks. 4 weeks today, I've got my finals of my first year. But I actually have something to share with you guys that I'm super excited about, but I'm also equally extremely stressed out about. I've decided to buy a flat. So yeah, that is the other thing that has been taking up a huge proportion of my time, just figuring out the process on my own. Yeah, I've just decided to go ahead and buy a 2-bed flat. It's off plan, so it's not finished yet. It's gonna be finished in 2023 of June, so summer next year. And that actually is on the top of my priority list today. I'm in the process of confirming a conveyancer, which is the solicitor that's gonna be handling the exchange of contracts. And it's just been extremely stressful because I did select one last week, but that fell through. I selected a second one, that also fell through. I need a solicitor confirmed by today. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna prioritize finding the solicitor that I'm gonna go ahead with, calling them, processing it, making sure that that's all underway. So I can then start focusing on case 8 of med school. Okay, I definitely don't have time to just sit there and eat. I know a lot of you guys will be wondering, why have you chosen now as the time to buy a flat? Surely you should do that in the future. But then again, the reason that I've chosen now to do that is because I am well aware you will have no more free time on your hands than whilst you're in med school. I've heard this a million times said to me before by other physicians, surgeons, doctors. I acknowledge that I'm in my first year of med school. If I'm in a situation where I'm able to buy a flat, for me it's always about pushing my limits. I always like pushing myself to see what I'm truly capable of. And I really feel like if I'm able to pull this off, if I'm able to buy my own 2-bed flat in my first year of med school as a full-time student, I see it as like an exercise. It's an exercise to see if I'm capable of it, if I can push myself. This time next year, I'll be living in my own 2-bed flat. I'm gonna rent out the other room, generating a bit of passive income for that that's gonna offset some of the mortgage, but it's also going back essentially into something that I own. Yeah, really, really excited about it all, but to be honest, I've not really had time to even think about any excitement that that's gonna bring. Right now, I'm just really stressed. But I'm enjoying the stress. I like the stress. And so it is 1:15, and for the last hour or so, I've literally just been searching for a conveyancer, a solicitor, calling a few companies just to figure out which one is the right for me. Just waiting on a call back, and hopefully I will get a quote and I'll be able to move forward with one of them. Something that I have been finding to be a really helpful task at me identifying exactly what I need to do throughout the day is actually writing a day-by-day to-do list. And I'll tend to do this the night before. So last night I actually wrote out what I intend to get done today. And it just means that I've got this piece of paper on my desk and I can have that right next to my laptop as I'm working through things. So yeah, I think it complements my Notion organization to-do list, but it is also just nice to have something on a piece of paper in front of me that I can just tick off and scribble out things as they get done. And with it now being 2 p.m, it is lunchtime, so I'm just having a frozen meal which my mum cooked a while ago. It's chicken casserole. But I'm just gonna start by finishing off watching one of Ninja Nerd's lectures and just writing up some questions from that before I get started on this week's Case 8. Guys, this is literally firm number 10 that I've called, going through the list, trying to find one that deals in off-plan properties that are within the top 20 in Manchester. This is really long. And I'm like 10 minutes through my Ninja Nerd video on intrinsic cardiac conduction. None of Case 8 done yet. All right, so it is just about 7 p.m. and I have very nicely finally finished the previous caseworks that I wanted to get done before starting on Case 8. To start with, I figured out exactly what the specific topics are that I need to get through for this week's case. It's about hemostasis, blood coagulation disorders, thrombosis, and essentially deep vein thrombosis, in addition to, of course, the anatomy and BSS. And I established that through looking at the ILOs and also by looking at the learning agendas that we formulated as a group. And I have put that into my revision timetable that I have given myself to stick to. So today the plan is to look at the anatomy and also start with, of course, the Ninja Nerd hemostasis lecture. It's 40 minutes and I'm gonna make comprehensive question banks on his lecture. And so I did just put a new video out on my YouTube channel, so I did join everyone in the premiere. For that, it was a top tips of how to solo travel. So if you are interested in solo traveling, click on the card up there, I believe it is. Yeah, just up there. But I am gonna go swimming with the university now for the next 2 hours. It's from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. because I feel like I do deserve to do some exercise because I've had a very stressful day. I'm gonna be late. And so I just got back from swimming training and I've got some dinner here. Again, frozen meal that my mom had cooked, so it was really convenient and easy for me to throw together with some green beans. And I'm just gonna watch a lecture and then continue on with making my question bank from Ninja Nerd.
So this week's lecture is related to...
Oh my Lord, it is 1 a.m. and I've just banged out about 2.5 hours straight of studying the coagulation pathways, the intrinsic pathway, which, by the way, is an absolute nightmare. It is probably worse than the whole complement system, hypersensitivities, and humoral immunity pathways combined. Like, it's worse than that. Welcome to the world of clotting factors. Wow, and I have absolutely no idea how I would have done that without our good friend, Ninja Nerd. There is just so much to kind of process. How clotting factor 12 activates clotting factor 11, and then to clotting factor 9 to clotting factor 8, and then this activates clotting factor 10. Help! Anyway, it's 1 AM and that is it for Monday. Ciao. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is 10:40. I've just done my anatomy Zoom, which was all right because, again, a lot of the anatomy I've already done in my undergrad. However, I'm looking at my to-do list today and there are things that need doing. So I'm gonna grab another coffee.
What's your YouTube channel then?
I've got two. The medic channel, which is where I post a lot of like the day-to-day medical stuff. And I got a travel channel. So join the community, bro.
I will. I will.
Tell me why you've got this kind of footwear on.
So I'm actually training for when I'm going to be on my yacht and having calls.
Love that. And so this is the beauty of living in Vita. You go out for a coffee and then you get distracted by everyone and anyone. But it's good though. It's a good distraction. And so it is 12:30, and for the last hour or so, I have literally just been finalizing exactly what law firm I'm gonna go ahead with to do my conveyancing. It's been a long process because I found out that specific law firms are actually only allowed to work with specific lenders. So yeah, I just had to clarify that. So I spent time speaking to him, spent time speaking to the law firm again, and I have come to the conclusion, the law firm that I'm gonna move ahead with, so I'm really, really happy. I've just gone ahead and accepted it, so I'm really happy that I can now tick this off, one thing off the list. Now we've got to get on with 101 others. Okay, it is 4 PM and I've had a really, really stressful day. I sat through some of a lecture that was just run. I couldn't really concentrate for it because I feel like my mind's in so many different places right now. I had to post a parcel, I had to return something to Amazon, then cooked some food, had some lunch. Matt came home though, so it was nice to have a chat with him. But I have worked my way nicely through this to-do list. I've got some of the things done. I've got a few more things that need doing, but ultimately I need to just get on with this week's case. I feel like I just need to shut off from everything else, any other distractions, any other issues in my life right now that I'm dealing with. All the things that need doing with the solicitors, the property purchase. I just had the intermediaries. When I say intermediaries, the estate agents mediating the process with the property developer. I've just had them on the phone, like hassling me saying you got 28 days for this exchange. And I'm like, I know. Anyway, that's my update. I'm gonna get on with some work because that's the priority right now. Oh guys, it is 6:30 and I've done absolutely no studying today. I have just worked on this property situation, but really, really positive progression in that I've now instructed a solicitor, I've paid my money towards the solicitor, and I've gone and ticked off all the to-do list things that I needed to do for the solicitor, which included reading through all these, like, there's about 100 pages worth of documents there, terms and conditions, contract, client purchase questionnaire, and everything else. I also had to send like bank statements, invoices, evidence of all that. It's an absolute nightmare, really, really stressful, but I have just ticked that off. And now it is out of my hands. It's now up to the solicitor. Also, I am, of course, in these videos gonna be updating you as and when things happen throughout this property purchasing process. But on my main channel, which you can click on and subscribe to up there, but it's also going to be linked in the description, I will be posting a full comprehensive one video upon this project being completed. It's going to detail everything stepwise, just so that when it comes to buying a property for yourselves, if this is something that you want to do during med school, you know exactly what to expect. So yeah, now that's out of the way, I think it is time to get some work done. I am hoping I can get 4 hours in, 4.5 hours in by the end of today, and then I'll be satisfied. So let's go. So it is 9 p.m. and I've just done over an hour's work. I got through the rest of the Ninja Nerd lecture on the coagulation cascade, but I want to talk to you guys about a program that I absolutely love that Manchester University provide for the medics. It's called Complete Anatomy, and honestly, it is truly underrated, but probably the best anatomy resource that I've ever come across in my life. It's so easy to just navigate around the specimen, and if you actually click on like the veins or the arteries, for example, you can actually get some more information on them and it tells you exactly what drains into them. But for me, learning anatomy is massively about visualizing things. So by having this tool and this software to help me learn my anatomy and just rejig my memory of all these things that I have learned in my undergrad is an absolute win. And so for dinner at 11 p.m, I'm having just some food that my mum, again, cooked from the freezer. It's a delicious spinach, bacon, cream, and I put some chicken in there and I put them in wraps and they are so delicious. And I'm actually just gonna chill for a bit and watch some Netflix, which I've not watched in probably 6 months. And so it is now 1 a.m. and I've just finished reviewing a final edit for last week's Week in the Life video. So I hope you guys did enjoy that one. If you haven't seen it, of course, click that card up there. But now, with it being super late, 1 a.m, it is definitely bedtime. See you tomorrow. And good morning, guys. It is 10:20 and I just had a pretty slow start to the morning just because I went up to get a coffee and yet again I bumped into one of the other guys that lives in this building, and then I ended up having a really nice chat with one of the girls that are here that actually works for a marketing firm, a PR firm. So I had a good chat with her about potentially doing some work together. Sorry, slush puppy machine. Are you kidding me?
Honestly, I can gift you one.
Yeah, this is actually one of the things that I really love about living here at Vita, and the fact that the coffee machine is on a communal space. Just bump into someone and just, you know, talk to them for 10-15 minutes. And I met someone new today, so that was fun. So I've just actually sent over my updated media kit to her. But at 11 a.m, I've got my dissection room practical. So I'm just gonna do about half an hour's work before then, have some breakfast, and then crack on with the day. And so just finished my dissection room anatomy practical, which today really just involved me asking the facilitators for advice on the CCAs, because to be honest, I haven't really prioritized much revision towards the CCAs, and it's one area that I'm not feeling fully confident. So for now, let's head back home. I genuinely think the biggest life hack on earth is cycling to uni, because normally this would be a 20-25 minute journey, and cycling it takes 5 minutes. Saves so much time, and it's also a really nice way to wake up in the morning before your PBL session. And so for lunch, what have we got? We've got a hot pot cooked by, again, my mum, and it came from the freezer just because it's quick, it's easy, it's convenient, and it means that I don't have to spend as much time in the kitchen and I can spend more time in front of my laptop. And that is because in about half an hour, I have swimming training with the university squad. So before then, I am just gonna get half an hour's worth of work done, reply to a couple of emails, and eat this. And that was probably the shortest swimming session ever because I didn't even get in. Because I got there and realized that there was no coach. So I know that the training session's not going to be much of a training session and it's just going to be more of a mess about. So I'm just going to go back home, get some work done, and probably go to the gym later. And so I'm at the 3 hours and 50 minute mark at nearly 6 p.m. So I'm feeling pretty good about the output that I've had today in terms of work, getting through Case 8 nicely. I've only got a few more sections left, as you can see on my timetable. I'm hoping to have those finished by the end of today so that tomorrow I can just prioritize doing Anki decks and active recall revision. I haven't, however, got through this to-do list, which I did write out yesterday that I wanted to do. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna go and have a break and I'm just gonna think about it. Let's go. Sun cream on, of course. Okay. Guys, it's so important between busy study sessions to give yourself a good break. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, so nice to just sit down and have a break between studying. Okay, break over. No, I'm joking, but that is pretty much what studying medicine feels like. You just don't feel like you have any time for a break. And when you do have a break, you always feel like you need to be doing something else. Okay, so it is 7 p.m. and I've just taken a really extended break, and to be honest, that was because I sat upstairs in the sun, just relaxed for a bit with my thoughts, thought about what I wanted to do, but I had the inspiration to actually film a little video, and I wanted to do a YouTube short / reel. Now, what inspired me to do it was long hours of revision and not taking adequate breaks. And I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm gonna do a quick video on that, because I know a lot of people have the misconception that 25 minutes on and 5 minutes off is actually the optimal time to revise for, but actually it's 45 minutes on. Now, I actually decided to do it handheld on my iPhone as opposed to recording it really professionally on the big camera, just because I actually wanna assess how the video performs when it's actually filmed directly through an iPhone, because I feel like YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels might actually reward people for that. Chances are you've already seen the video because it's already on my channel. It's on my shorts. Click on my channel page there and scroll down, you'll find the YouTube Shorts. You'll see the video that I'm talking about. And it also went on my Instagram. The link is right there, go follow it. But now, with it being 7 p.m, it is definitely time to get some work done. And I am about 45 minutes into this study bout, and I got hungry, couldn't help it, so I eating another meal that my mum cooked. It's good. Jamaican macaroni, but I'm gonna continue getting on with this, so let's get back to it. And it is 9:45 and I have done 5 hours and 10 minutes revision. I could have actually have just finished off that little section on pulmonary embolism, but I'm deciding not to because I'm not able to take any more information in. I feel like I'm wasting my time a little bit just trying to write these question banks down because I'm not digesting it. So instead, I'm gonna go and do a workout. I'm gonna start on the bike, do some cardio because I didn't go swimming earlier. Anyway, let's go work out. Guys, it is 1:40, another really late night, but I had a really good gym workout. I had a nice relaxing bath, posted something on Instagram, which of course, follow me there if you're not already. And then I've just gone and backed all of these files up and replied to 2 emails. Now it's time for bed because tomorrow I've got a very big day. Hospital placement, let's go. Wow, what a crazy week this has been. And this video only actually included Monday through Wednesday. So if you are interested to see what happened on Thursday and Friday, which is when I did my first hospital visit, which was absolutely crazy, make sure you subscribe because that video is coming to this channel next week. But if you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below, and also definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notified, and also follow my Instagram as I post reels on there, lots of photos about my life, the unfiltered stuff, and lots of entertaining stories. Well, I think so anyway. But as always, guys, that is the end of this one, and I will see you in the next one.